Assalamu alaikum. Hi, Oracle Reiki spiritual healer. And what I am understanding from some people is that, they don't think that it is supposed to hurt. They don't think that it's supposed to hurt when they have separated from narcissists. And what I'm trying to, get you to understand is that, those pains that you feel, that fibromyalgia that you feel, that widespread pain all over your body, it is an attack upon your mind. It is an attack to keep you in a low vibrational state because you have been around the narcissists, the spiritual narcissists, your attackers, in your family a very long time. It is the same thing, when you have developed ailments from these attackers, from being around in their proximity. So, it is the same that, when we have been around the entity, the colonizer, the enslaver, that we pick up some of their behaviors. Let's pray against anything that is negative. We do not want to pick up their negative behavior. So our understanding is that when we have picked up these behaviors, that they have to be cleansed from us. The further that we move away from these narcissists, these spiritual narcissists, these religious narcissists, these governmental narcissists, who are trying to keep you asleep, who do not want you to wake up, who want you to stay under control. They are going to attack you, and the attacks are not going to stop because they are obsessed with your energy. They are obsessed with being rewarded by the entity. So it is very painful for you to wake up, and a lot of people choose to stay asleep. They choose to, stay in proximity to their master or to the entity because it is painful for you to wake up. So we have these understandings that, the pain that you're feeling in your leg, that is the destiny swap, or, that cancer that has gone to your bone. That cancer that is in your body that you have felt moving around. That pain that you feel in your back, moving around in your back, that is the negative entity, the toxic hired spirit for your health, that thorn in your side that the entity has sent to you, or that God has allowed for you until you come into a position where you're in submission to God. And a lot of people do not want to go through this type of pain, so they choose to stay in proximity, to family members who are going to peace feed you what they want you to have, to say that they're not going to disrespect the title of mother and father, when you don't have to be disrespectful just to tell them the truth or move away from them, that I can't deal with this anymore. I can't deal with your blatant disrespect. I can't deal with you trying to unalive me. I can't deal with you trying to control my children and turn them against me. I can't deal with the black magic that you're sending to my finances. I can't deal with you trying to siphon my energy since I was a child. So when you start to speak those types of truths, your body is going to hurt. Where the entity has been siphoning your energy, if they have been siphoning your mental health, if they have been sending psychic attacks upon your mental health, upon your body, upon your person, then it is going to hurt in order to remove that attack off of you. It is going to hurt to break that energy cord between you and that narcissist that is the energy vampire. It is going to hurt to break those energy cords that have been causing the sickness in your life. So that is why I have recommend that, when you start to understand the holy books, that, you have to purify your energy. You have to purify your mind. You have to purify your body and your health from those toxic energies that have been sent to you, from those toxic energy from your proximity to the narcissist. It's not just about walking away. It's about walking away and becoming closer to God. It's about becoming closer to what God has sent down, what is right for us. So when we're having that type of understanding, when we're having the type of understanding that God has given us an agenda, and it is to be carried out against the narcissist, especially when you're under attack, when you're physically under attack. The intentions of the narcissist is for you, to enter into those spaces where you are unable to take care of yourself, where you are broke, so that you will have to come back into the system, so that you will be mentally broken, so that you will be reliant upon the system. So, this is where we get to a point where we start to cleanse that energy when we're around those narcissists, when we start to identify and, make sure that those people are seen for who they truly are. When we identify those narcissists in our life, we start to cleanse that negative energy around us. Before we even go on any mission, before we go anywhere for God, we start to cleanse that negative energy. And those people start to experience the negative effects of what they've sent out, the negative effects of the higher spirit that they have sent towards the chosen one. They start to experience what they intentionally sent out and wanted to happen to you in your life, to your family, to your health, to your finances. And those energy cords are then cut, and you're able to see who's been holding on to your energy, who has been taking your family, who has destiny swapped with you or your family for energy. Why has this person been monitoring me and they don't even know me? We don't have, that many conversations. In 50 years, we haven't had that many conversations. Your family, is supposed to be the elite of the family. You're better than me. So I understand why we haven't had any conversations. And when you do have those types of conversations with those people, then you throw that negative energy back to them. You mirror that negative energy back to them. And that is when the mask breaks on the any kind of narcissist that has sent toxic negative energy to you. When that mask breaks up on them, when they're falling down, when they have received, the negative spells, the return to sender, when they have received the negative entity that has manifested in their life that they have been running from, then that is when you know that you're on the right track, that you're going to have to hurt. You're going to have to grit and bear it through this pain. You're going to have to grit and bear it through being homeless. You're going to have to grit and bear it through being by yourself, being lonely. You're going to have to grit and bear it, with lack of finances, with no job. In order to get away from these narcissists and have God rebuild you, is very painful for that to happen. So don't think that it's all peaches and cream for the chosen one. God is rebuilding you, and you have to go through, that pain, that torment of being isolated, of being by yourself, of being financially, financially broke, so that God can reset how you're supposed to have your money. That, no one is supposed to issue you what God has already assigned for you in this life, in the spirit realm. Those people who have been trying to stop your blessings, they have been eating your blessings. They have become, overweight from eating other people's blessings. You know who they are in your family. They're so huge that they can, hardly even move, women and men. From siphoning people's energy and eating their blessings. So when you take that energy back, usually it is going to cause the darkness, that entity, to attack them. When you start to pray, that entity is going to be hired back to the sender, the person who sent it. And that negative energy is going to cause the darkness to enter into their body. You don't have to return to sender. You only have to purify yourself and separate yourself from these people that God has, put in your life. God has put these people in your life to test you, whether you're going to choose to stay with them and let them siphon your energy, or whether you are going to hurt. You're going to hurt. It's going to hurt to heal. Because you have to peel back those layers of these entities, addressing your self-esteem, addressing your self-confidence. You're going to have to address, that lack mentality that they've been trying to put into you, and you know that you deserve better. You're going to have to address the people that you have chosen in your life. You're going to have to do some research about yourself. You're going to have to do some research how to attract, how to change your behavior. You're going to have to change your behavior of gossiping about people, about, thinking that you're better than people because this is what they taught you in the church. This is what your parents taught you, that you're better than, your brother's children. This is how you're going to have to hurt and peel back those layers that they have sent you mentally, physically, financially, and you're going to have to be restored by God to your original way that you were supposed to receive these gifts and use your gifts. And when you take all your gifts back, there is going to be a fallout in your family, in your community, in the place where you came from. There is going to be a fallout, and you cannot turn back and go backwards. So this is why you are being tested. This is why it hurts so bad, because you have to decide. You have to decide that God has given me these gifts. He has given me this strength, and I cannot look back. I cannot turn back. I cannot, disappoint God. I stand on business. So I hope that you received this message. Please like, share, and subscribe to me. Please let me know if you want to book your sessions with me so that we can address this issue. We want to make sure that you book your life coaching sessions or your video chat sessions so that you understand that this pain is temporary, and we can cleanse this negative energy to help you purify and go ahead and send that negative energy back to return to sender, so that we can go ahead and cleanse you and send it back to the ground and bury it. Okay? We're not looking back. So I thank you all. Thank you for your support. Please, like, share, and subscribe to me. Donate to me. Leave a comment for me. I'm High Oracle, Reiki Spiritual Healer. Assalamu alaikum.